were celebrated in high spirits and high style on the Lawrence Welk Show. Favorite songs, family traditions, and good old-fashioned fun. Stay tuned as guest hosts Bobby Burgess, Joanne Castle, Ken Dilo, Janet Lennon, Mary Lou Metzger, and Norma Zimmer take you through the year and through the years on this public television special, Lawrence Welk's Favorite Holidays.
Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays, 'cause no matter how far away you roam, when you pine for the sunshine of a friendly day, for the holidays you can be home sweet home. I met a man who lives in Tennessee, and he was heading for
Pennsylvania and some homemade pumpkin pie.
From Pennsylvania, folks are traveling down to Dixie's sunny shore. From Atlantic to Pacific, gee, the traffic is terrific. Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays, 'cause no matter how far away you roam, if you want to be happy in a million ways, for the holidays you can be home sweet home. If you want to be happy in a million ways, for the holidays you can be home sweet home.
Oh, isn't this wonderful? It's just like being back home again on one of the beautiful Lawrence Welk holiday sets.
A glowing fireplace, real furniture.
And real party favors to play with.
Oh, yeah. And later, real food, I hope. I used to love that part.
But I even have a decorated piano again.
I think we're going to have a lot of fun remembering some of those great holiday shows we did all through the year.
And as we used to say back in the 70s, we really let it all hang out on all those holiday
You
shows.
sure did on that Halloween show when you ripped out the seat of your Frankenstein pan.
Well, thank you so much, Bobby, for sharing that with our audience.
Well, as I recall, you bottomed out on a couple of your numbers too, Bobby.
Okay, you guys. We still have a lot of, if you'll excuse the expression, looking back to do.
Ooh, wait a minute. I think it's time to take it from the top, guys. And by the looks of my piano, we should be celebrating a new year.
Well, one of my favorite New Year's shows was in 1979. It was the end of a decade filled with real highs and lows. Not for us so much, but for the country. Mr. Welk took pride in making everyone forget their troubles, at least one night a week.
As far as we're concerned, every Saturday night was a holiday because of just one man, and here he is now.
Lawrence Welk.
Thank you. Wow! Thank you. Greetings, friends, and welcome to our New Year's party. Let's kick off the new year with I Love a Parade. Gentlemen, are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Year's Eve we did the town, the day we tore the goalpost down. We will have these moments to remember, the quiet walks, the noisy fun, the ballroom prize we almost won. We will have these moments to remember.
We have so many wonderful moments to remember, don't we, Ken?
We sure do, Norma. And I remember those beautiful old-fashioned valentines that you used to make, very much like this one. In fact, this one's for you.
Well, thank you, Ken. Do you remember those heart-shaped cookies that Mary Lou used to make?
I sure do.
Oh, I can almost smell them now.
And Lawrence used to love cookies. Anytime he would get cookies from fans, he really enjoyed passing them around right out of the box.
Sweets for the sweet.
Oh.
How about some heart-shaped cookies for old time's sake? While we watch 4 sweethearts that we all know very well, and then 2 red-hot accordionists whose appearances together were very rare.
They say there's a tree in the forest, a tree that will give you a sign. Come along with me to the sweetheart tree. Come and carve your name next to mine. They say if you kiss the right sweetheart, the one you've been waiting for, big blossoms of white will burst into sight, and your love will be true evermore. They say there's a tree in the forest, a tree that will give you a sign. Come along with me to the sweetheart tree. Come and carve your name next to mine. They say if you kiss the right sweetheart, the one you've been waiting for, big blossoms of white will burst into sight, and your love will be true evermore. There's a tree in the
Our St. Patrick's Day shows were always a lot of fun, and sometimes they included a birthday cake for Lawrence's March 11th birthday. Right. And Bobby and all three of his partners did some Irish step dancing over the years, and I think they were really ahead of the times.
Ken's talking about Riverdance, one of the biggest hit shows ever worldwide, and thanks to public television, you were able to see it in your own home. Just one more gift from your friends at this PBS station, who are always on the lookout for the best in the art of entertainment. Sure, it was a bit of good luck when public television put the Lawrence Welk Show in their fine field of shamrocks.
Compare with my wild Irish rose, my wild Irish rose, the dearest flower that grows. And someday for my sake she may let me take the bloom from my wild Irish rose. Smiling, sure 'tis like a morning spring. In the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. Sure, a little bit of heaven fell on the ocean in a spot so far away. And when the angels found it, sure it looked so sweet and fair. They said, suppose we leave it, for it looked so peaceful there. So they sprinkled it with stardust, just to make the shamrocks grow. Is the only place you'll find them, no matter where you go. Then they dotted it with silver to make its lakes so grand. And when they had it finished, sure they carved it
It's the hat me dear old father wore up on St. Patrick's Day. Talk about respect with his head erect as he marched along Broadway. Not a man in line looked half as fine, me dear old mother used to say, as your father did with that old-time lit up on St. Patrick's Day. Avenue,
Fifth Avenue,
Fifth Avenue,
the photographers will snap us.
and you'll find that you're in the rotogravure. Oh, I could write a sonnet about this Easter bonnet, and of the one I'm taking to the Easter parade.
On the avenue,
On the avenue,
Fifth Avenue,
Fifth Avenue,
the photographers will snap us.
and you'll find that you're in the rotogravure. Oh, I could write a sonnet about this Easter bonnet, and of the one I'm taking to the Easter parade.
All those beautiful costumes remind me of the way we used to dress up for church on Easter Sunday.
Me too. I had just 2 little boys to dress, but you had 5 children to outfit from head to toe.
Oh, that was nothing compared to Mom. Just think she had 11 children she had to organize. But this is the way she did it. Each year, one of us would get a brand new outfit, and the others would be real happy for that lucky one because we knew one day it would be our turn. And then the rest of us would just decorate our old Easter clothes with buttons and new ribbons and bows and flowers. It was fun.
Well, what kind and thoughtful parents. They realized the importance of giving each child a little something new every year, just like Mr. Welk and his television programs. He always had lots of tried and true favorites, but there was something new on every show.
There was. Sandy Griffiths and Sally Flynn were newcomers in 1968, and this is their very first Easter number on the show.
Here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail. Hippity hoppity, Easter's on its way, bringing every girl and boy baskets full of Easter joy, things to make your Easter bright and gay. He's got jelly beans for Tommy, colored eggs for Sister Sue. There's an orchid for your mommy, and an Easter bonnet too. Oh, here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail. Hippity hoppity, happy Easter day. Here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail. Look at him stop and listen to him say, try to do the things you should. Maybe if you're extra good, you'll roll lots of Easter eggs your way. You wake up on Easter morning and you know that he was there. When you find those chocolate bunnies that he's hiding everywhere. Oh, here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail. Hippity hoppity, happy Easter day. Hippity hoppity, happy Easter day. Hippity hoppity, happy Easter day.
The Easter holidays always gave us the opportunity to sing Mr. Welk's favorite hymns.
Which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Mother's Day 1970 was the very first Lawrence Welk television show I ever did, and it couldn't have been more appropriate for me. My mom is, and always was, my support system, the #1 person who helped me have this wonderful life in show business. Mom was so dedicated to my success that one day she and I went to Richard Rogers' office, and her little white lie to the receptionist was that she was my accompanist, and we had come all the way from Philadelphia for an appointment that he'd made with us. Well, we got in, believe it or not, thanks to the total love, devotion, and fearlessness of my best friend, the girl that married dear old Dad.
I want a girl just like the girl that married dear old Dad. She was a pearl and the only girl that Daddy ever had. A good old-fashioned girl with heart so true, one who loves nobody else but you. I want a girl just like the girl that married dear old Dad. Good old-fashioned girl with heart so true, one who loves nobody else but you. I want a girl just like the girl that married dear old Dad. Dear old Dad.
I became a mother for the first time in 1963 when my daughter Dina was born. Dina was a beautiful little girl, but she had profound cerebral palsy. So we knew that life was going to be very painful for her and for all of us. Dina was with me for just 15 years, and I had a hard time trying to understand why such a terrible thing had happened to such a sweet and loving child. But now I think I've found the answer. In the years since her death, Dina has become my comforting, guiding angel, helping me through some difficult times. I feel her right here on my shoulder, whispering in my ear, and I know everything is going to be all right. When Dina died in 1978, I decided to add one serious song to my act, and this is the one I chose.
taught me wrong from right, I found in my mother's eyes. Those baby tales she told, that road all paved with gold, I found in my mother's eyes. Just like a wandering sparrow, one lonely soul, I walked the straight and narrow to reach my goal. God's gift sent from above, a real unselfish love, I found in my mother's
Father's Day was always a very special day in our house because Dad was a very special man. In addition to working hard all day, he taught his children to sing both with their voices and in their hearts. And he was full of fun, but a tough taskmaster too, and we all knew he was really proud of us. He lived long enough to enjoy our success and to see his 4 little girls married, beginning lives of our own. Here's a song we sang with our dad, and he dedicated it to Mom for all the wonderful years they had together.
Could we but recall that sweet moment sublime, we'd find that our love is unaltered by
Ken Dilo is the father of 2 children, Kimberly and Kevin, and now he's a grandfather too. One of the songs he sings at the Champagne Theater in Branson is a gentle reminder of how quickly the years fly by.
Is this the little girl I carried? Is this the little boy at play? I don't remember growing older. When did they? When did she get to be a beauty? When did he grow to be so tall? Wasn't it yesterday when they were small? Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, swiftly flow the days. Seedlings turn overnight to sunflowers, blossoming even as we gaze. Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, swiftly fly the years, one season following another, laden with happiness and tears, one season following another, laden with happiness and
Ain't she sweet? See her coming down the street. Now I ask you very confidentially, ain't she sweet? Yeah,
Isn't it fun to see Larry Hooper again? That number was on the Father's Day show in 1968. My sisters and I met Larry when we came on the show in 1955, and it was the greatest thrill of our life. He was a big star and a wonderful father, by the way. And we had him autograph our copy of his hit record, Oh Happy Day.
The sun is shining. Oh, happy day.
Barbara Boylan and I were just 19 when we started on The Welk Show, and we tried to act very professional and grown up. And then there was Larry, with that dry sense of humor of his. From our first day on the show, he called us Miss Hibbert and Leroy, after a nightclub dance team he had worked with. And it made us laugh every time. I grew up and changed partners 3 times, but he still called me Leroy.
Oh, what a time I had with Minnie the Mermaid down at
Whoopi had another big hit record, Minnie the Mermaid. And guess who had to wear that fishtail costume? He helped me hobble across the stage, and we just barely stopped laughing in time to sing.
The moral of the story is if you're out on the beach and you see
Larry loved comic songs like this one, and the ending is pure Whoopi.
Open it up, that's my advice to you. 'Cause you'll never get rid of the, no matter what you do.
Whoopi had a heart attack in 1969 and was in intensive care for something like 4 months. After so many months with a tube down his throat, he had over a dozen operations to repair his vocal cords. And Larry came back to the show after a long 4-year struggle.
I'll never forget the day Whoopi returned to the show. When Lawrence introduced him, the entire audience jumped to their feet and gave him a long standing ovation. Larry was a shy and humble man, but he stood there smiling with tears in his eyes.
I was pretty new to the show when Larry came back, and I have a publicity picture I treasure. The caption said in big letters, Whoopi returns, and in little print it said, seen here with new girl.
Hey, girls, bring it up. You're spoiling that boy.
Happy day. Oh,
We lost Larry Hooper in 1983, and it was truly a great loss for the world, too.
Hail Columbia, happy land. Hail ye heroes, heaven-born band, who fought and bled in freedom's cause, who fought and bled in freedom's cause. And when the storm of war was gone, enjoyed the peace your valor won. Let independence be our boast, ever mindful what is
Mr. Welk's favorite holiday had to be the 4th of July. He loved America and the freedom and opportunity it had given his immigrant parents. And it didn't have to be a holiday for him to play a patriotic song. The musical numbers you just saw were from our bicentennial 4th of July show. That was a big year for me because Becky, our first baby, was born on November 17th in '76 and weighed in at 7 pounds, 6 ounces. Now, is that a bicentennial baby or what? My wife Christy and I had 3 more babies after that, and at least 2 of them have showbiz in their blood. You know, we just might follow in the footsteps of the George M. Cohan family.
You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave.
Every heart beats true under red, white, and blue, where there's never a boast or brag.
But should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag.
For it is Mary, Mary, plain as any name can be, but with propriety, society will say Marie. But it was Mary, Mary, long before the fashions came. And there is something there that sounds so fair. It's a grand old name.
I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy, a Yankee Doodle do or die. A real live nephew of my Uncle Sam, born on the 4th of July. I've got a Yankee Doodle sweetheart, she's my Yankee Doodle joy. Yankee Doodle came to London just to ride the ponies. I am a Yankee Doodle boy.
Give my regards to Broadway, remember me to Herald Square. Tell all the gang at 42nd Street that I will soon be there. Whisper of how I'm yearning to mingle with the old-time throng. Give my regards to old Broadway and say that I will soon be
Mr. Welk wrote this book, My America, Your America, in 1976. And William Guy, then the governor of North Dakota, had this to say about it. Lawrence Welk has firm beliefs about what would make a better America. And he has collared governors, congressmen, and even the President of the United States to get his ideas across. His faith in the human race shows in his music and in his re-examination of how we do things in America. And another reviewer wrote, his music is the music of the people, by the people, and for the people.
Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He hath loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on.
He has sounded forth the trumpet that shall never call retreat. He is sifting out the hearts of men before his judgment seat. Oh, be swift, my soul, to answer him. Be jubilant, my feet. His God is marching on.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on.
In the beauty of the lilies, Christ was born across the sea, with a glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching
Happy Halloween. I love wearing a mask. You can reveal your true character and slip away into the night.
In your case, Ken, that's a pretty frightening thought.
Well, how did you know it was me?
I've worked with you for so long. I know the real you.
You know, on our Halloween show, I was so excited when they asked me to be Frankenstein, you know, wear those high platform shoes. I figured I was finally going to get to be as tall as Tom Netherton, who's 6'5".
And Tom was still about 4 inches taller.
Yeah.
But you know, you guys always got the best costumes. What was your favorite one, Bobby?
Well, you'll see it in the next clip. It's a skeleton suit, and I liked it best because it always made me look so thin.
Do you remember that Halloween party you gave, Joanne? Oh, it was so wonderful. Your house was decorated like something out of a horror film.
Yes, I do. And I remember you and Randy wore a rubber mask, and you came as a French fisherman and his girlfriend, and we were so in shock to find out it was you.
Well, it wasn't exactly the Champagne Lady image, was it?
No. Well, when it comes to Halloween, nothing's sacred. Just wait until you see what Jack Immel and I do to the wonderful song, I Don't Care If the Sun Don't Shine, in one of the clips coming up.
Well, Sissy and I had a lot of fun working with Hoopy on the Dry Bones number you're about to see. It's full of dance moves called locking and popping.
Now here is the word of the Lord. Oh, the head bone connected to the nose bone connected to the neck bone connected to the shoulder bone connected to the arm bone connected to the wrist bone connected to the hand bone connected to the finger bone. Now here is the word of the Lord.
Good evening, my darling. Time for our little stroll.
You mean vampire?
I don't care if the sun don't shine. I get my lovin' in the evening time when I'm with my baby.
It's no fun with the sun around, but I get going when the sun goes down and I meet my baby.
That's when we kiss and kiss and kiss, and then we kiss some more.
Don't ask how many times we kiss at a time like this. Who keeps score?
I don't care if the sun don't shine.
I'll get my loving in the evening time when I'm
with my baby.
Strangers in the night, exchanging glances, wandering in the night. What were the chances we'd be sharing love before the night was through? Something in your eyes was so inviting, something in your smile was so exciting, something in my heart told me I must have you. Strangers in the night, two lonely people, we were strangers in the night. Up to that moment when we said our first hello, little did we know, love was just a glance away, a warm embracing dance away. And algo en tu mirar me lo decía, en tu palpitar, que yo sentía, nada será igual desde que te encontré.
Esmeralda! Yes, Frankie here, yes. You can't make it either. You try number 10. Hildegard! Yes, Happy Frank. You're busy too. Well, missed the Saturday dance. Heard they crowded the floor. Couldn't help it without you. Don't get around much anymore.
Wouldn't anybody like to be a sweet old-fashioned miss? Wouldn't anybody like to kiss a sweet old-fashioned kiss? You'll just flip your little wing because I bet you, son, that you really dig the flavor of my bubble gum. Wouldn't anybody like to meet a sweet old-fashioned? Anybody like to meet a sweet old-fashioned? Anybody want to meet a sweet old-fashioned girl?
I would. I've called every other girl in town.
The town of Branson, where we all work on these Welk shows, hosts the largest celebration of Veterans Day in the country. It lasts an entire week and ends with a big parade with all the entertainers from the local theaters in it. Veterans like my dad, who was wounded in the Battle of the Bulge and was awarded the Bronze Star and the Purple Heart, tell me that Branson is the one place where they feel their years of service to the country are really appreciated. By the way, the Stage Door Canteen at the Champaign Theater has one of the largest collections of World War II memorabilia in the country. As someone who was on the road a lot, I think Mr. Welk had a real understanding of the love and sacrifice that it takes for a husband and father to make a lifelong commitment to serve in the military. Here's Lawrence with a musical salute to our veterans, all the men and women in the armed forces who were wounded or gave their lives so that we could live, work, and worship in a free country.
Here's a musical salute to each branch of the service, starting with the Air Force. Next, ladies and gentlemen, the Army, the caissons go rolling along now. Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, the Marines Hymn. Coming up, the Navy song, Anchors Away.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Ken.
No place like home, right?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Sally, you look great.
Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays. 'Cause no matter how far away you roam, when you pine for the sunshine of a friendly gaze, for the holidays you can be home sweet home. I met a man who lives in Tennessee, and he was heading for
Pennsylvania and some homemade pumpkin pie.
From Pennsylvania, folks are traveling down the Dixie sunny shore. From Atlantic to Pacific, gee, the traffic is terrific. Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays. 'Cause no matter how far away you roam, if you want to be happy in a million ways, for the holidays you can be home sweet home. If you want to be happy in a million ways, for the holidays you can be home sweet home.
Look
Isn't
at
that great?
Oh,
Wonderful.
beautiful. Yes. You know, Mr. Welk always said that he had so much to be thankful for that every day should be Thanksgiving.
Well, this was definitely the holiday show that the crew loved the best. After we finished shooting, there was a feeding frenzy. We could have that bird picked clean in 15 minutes.
You're right. The Welk gang never met a piece of food it didn't like.
The thing I remember best about those Thanksgiving shows was when we all got to dress up like pilgrims.
Yes, and I remember you all getting the giggles. You're just like a bunch of kids.
That's because we all knew you were the only one that looked good in pilgrim clothes.
Oh, you always could talk your way out of trouble, Ken.
The Thanksgiving segments we chose are from 1971, and that show is really special to me. Jack Immel had discovered that I could dance on the Halloween show, and he gave me my first featured spot on the next holiday show.
Let's hear it for the holidays with Mary.
Now let's heat things up for Thanksgiving with Bob Lito and the Hot Seas.
Oh, the
the moon shines tonight on pretty Red Wing. The breeze is sighing, the night bird's crying. From afar, neath the star, her brave is sleeping, while Red Wing's weeping her heart away. All right, boys. Tap it, Jack.
Lightly. Beautiful.
Hey! Play those spoons, Jack. The breeze is sighing, the night bird's crying. From afar, neath the star, his slave is sleeping, while Red Wing's weeping her heart away. Yes, Jack, play that. Oh,
Here's Norma in the traditional dress of our colonial ancestors with one of America's most beloved hymns.
Bless this house, O Lord, we pray. Make it safe by night and day. Bless these walls so firm and stout, keeping want and trouble out. Bless the roof and chimneys tall, let thy peace lie over all. Bless this door, that it may prove ever open to joy and love. Bless these windows shining bright, letting in God's heavenly light. Bless the hearth a-blazing there, with smoke ascending like a prayer. Bless the folk who dwell within, keep them pure and free from sin. Bless us all, that we may be fit, O Lord, to dwell with thee. Bless us all, that one day we may dwell.
The Christmas shows were always the highlight of the year for the cast and the audience. Our families would all be on the show, and it was just a big party afterward. All 11 of us Lennon brothers and sisters were there every year. Here we are in 1962. When we left the show in 1968, we would always make it a point to watch the Christmas program so we could see everybody and their kids too.
Hello there.
Hi, Bob.
It was just like a big family reunion every year, only with a major television show to do. There were diapers in every dressing room, and nervous mothers trying to get their makeup done and keep an eye on the kids.
Sounds like a typical Lennon family occasion.
Here are some of our favorite moments from the Welk Show and Christmases past.
God bless us, everyone.
Joyful all ye nations rise, Christmas from our house to your house. All the joys of the season to you. May this day find you healthy and happy. May your dreams and your wishes come true. May your tree be as bright and sparkling tonight as a Christmas star above. May your stockings be filled, but mostly we pray, may your house be filled with love. May each room ring with holiday laughter. May each heart sing with holiday cheer. Merry Christmas from our house to your house. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. It came upon the midnight clear, that glorious song of old, from angels bending near the earth to touch their hearts of gold. Peace on the earth, goodwill to men, from heaven's all gracious King. The world in solemn stillness lay to hear the angels sing.
Boy, Joanne, this year sure went by fast. Here we are, ready for New Year's Eve. Time sure flies when you're having fun.
Well, actually, the years really do go by fast these days. Wouldn't be a sign of old age, would it?
I just bite your tongue, Miss Cass.
Okay.
We're all just kids.
And here come the rest of us.
Oh, yeah. Norma.
I say that youth is overrated.
Aha.
Let's hear it for maturity,
Thank you.
experience,
Yes.
and the pleasures of the present.
Oh.
Hear, hear.
Here, here.
And let the New Year's Eve party begin.
You're walking along the street, or you're at a party, or else you're alone and then you suddenly dig. You're looking in someone's eyes, you suddenly realize that this could be the start of something big. You're lunching at 21 and watching your diet, declining a shot at Bruce, accepting a fig. When out of the clear blue sky, it's suddenly gal and guy, and this could be the start of something big. There's no controlling the unrolling of your fate, my friend. Who knows what's written in the magic book? But when a lover you discover at your gate, my friend, invite him in without a second look. You're up in an aeroplane, or dining at Sardi's, or lying at Malibu, alone in the sand. You suddenly hear a bell, and right away you can tell that this could be the start of something grand. There's no controlling the unrolling of your fate, my friend. Who knows what's written in the magic book? But when a lover you discover at your gate, my friend, invite him in without a second look. You're up in an aeroplane, or you're dining at Sardi's, or lying at Malibu, alone in the sand. You suddenly hear a bell, and right away you can tell that this could be the start of something. This could be the heart of something. This could be the start of something. Big.
The start of something big. That's what this station is hoping for. A big response from you, the Lawrence Welk audience, the best and most generous fans in the country. Please let the fine folks at this station know just how much you've enjoyed this program with your heartfelt financial support.
And you will most definitely be in our hearts until we see you again. Goodbye, and God bless you.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne.
So long. Bye-bye.
Good night, sleep tight, and pleasant dreams to you. Here's a wish and a prayer that every dream comes true. And now till we meet again, adios, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen. Good night.
This is PBS.